Hi.
Okay.
So what are we talking about today?
True crime.
I love true crime.
Karen Reed.
Yeah?
So,
Okay.
she is on trial a second time now because she had a mistrial last time.
Okay.
What do you
What?
know about this case?
Okay, so here's what I know. They were all out they're from Boston, right?
Yeah. Well,
So
Canton, but they all,
they're massholes. So
Yes,
they're,
yes.
out drinking to great excess one night. And then it's Karen Reed and her cop boyfriend, don't know his name. And then they decide she drives him to a friend's house for like an after party or whatever. Just everybody getting together after like the club closed. And yeah. And apparently, based on her phone messages to him later, they got in some kind of argument. And so my understanding is that she probably was like pulling out really fast because she was pissed. And she backed into him but didn't realize it. And so he was like dead in the snow. He never even got inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's and also it's like at first she was like, she's told some people, she's like, it's my fault, I did it, literally, or something like that. And then she started to be like, then she started to deny it.
Right.
She's told a lot of different stories about what she thinks happened. And also there is a
Because
dent.
she was wasted.
Because she was wasted, true. And also, but there is like a crack on her backlight, right?
Yeah, her tail light.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It seems pretty straightforward, but apparently, and this I don't know a lot about, there's a lot of malfeasance among the local police department. Yeah.
Yeah, so I figured I'd just show you a few things.
Okay.
Basically, I got introduced or like more interested in this case because Molly McAleer keeps talking about it on her podcast. And, I listen to Molly every week, even though her voice annoys me. Everybody does.
True. It's the latest obsession, though. Like, I think before it was like Sarah Boone was everybody's true crime obsession for like most of last summer into the fall. And now it's all about Karen Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, according to Molly, what's popular on TikTok and the internet right now is, Karen Reed is being framed.
Okay,
Karen
yeah,
Reed
yeah.
didn't it hit her boyfriend, John.
Okay.
It just looks like she did because he wound up dead in a place that was behind where she parked. But everyone inside that house was a cop.
Yeah.
Okay. So they had gone out. It was Karen and her boyfriend, John. John is a cop.
Yeah.
They're out with Chris Albert and his wife, Jen McCabe.
Okay.
And then there's this other guy, Brian Higgins, there, and he's a federal ATF agent.
Okay.
ATF stands for Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms.
Mm-hmm.
They put them all together.
Yeah, they do. But it's basically just firearms as far as I know.
Yeah, it probably
the bulk
is.
of their time is firearms. Yeah.
Okay, and Brian Higgins has a crush on Karen. Okay.
Not a
so
cop.
they're trying, the ATF agent.
The ATF guy. Okay.
So Chris Albert owns the house, but inside is like Brian Higgins, the ATF agent, and then Chris Albert and his wife, and then a couple other friends, and then some people's kids. I don't want to get all like tied up in who the kids are, but there's
let's just
speculation.
Say, why aren't they in bed after a night where you all got hammered?
They're in their teens, and
still.
It's a snowstorm. I believe it's a Friday.
That's one thing I didn't mention. I knew it was the night of a big snowstorm, so there's that element as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think there's speculation that one of the kids or the kids' friends was going over and it's like one of them goes over to pick up one of the other kids, and then that kid goes, actually, I'm going to stay. So then people are looking back at that story and they're like, oh, this kid who came over to the house is perhaps a cocaine drug dealer. And so then they just said later that this is what was going to happen or something like that.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. You can tell me. They're trying to be real cagey about literally everything that happened because they were like cops doing coke, which they shouldn't be.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So, Brian Higgins. Let's talk about him for a second.
Okay.
He has a crush on Karen. It does benefit the defense to be like, well, Brian Higgins probably wanted John O'Keefe dead,
Okay.
you know, so that then he can move in on Karen.
Yeah.
And they had a like flirtatious text exchange where Karen was like, "You're hot."
Oh, nice. Okay.
Can I show you what he looks like?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
No, I really want to see so I can judge him.
I know. There he is. Do you like him?
He looks like a cop from Massachusetts. He's got like a kind of a slicked back crewy cut kind of thing. He's a bigger guy and he's got a yeah, he looks like a cop. Absolutely. Imagine a cop, that's him.
Yeah, and if you're in your 40s, you want to date someone else in their 40s. This
Generally,
is him.
yeah. Even at 35, you're in a different life place, I think.
Than this.
Then between 35 and 40 or over 40, I feel like is like a very different place for people, even though it's not a lot of time.
But it seems like John's a little cuter, if you ask me.
I do find John more attractive.
Okay. I mean, I do think it's important for us to give our opinions on people's looks.
Exactly. Well, you know what? It is she's like, you're hot. We have to understand why she thinks he's hot. Because he's not.
Right.
No, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. He doesn't do it for me, but you never know. People are attracted to what they're attracted to. Maybe she just maybe he has an aura of power.
Well, have you heard about the text messages between Karen Reed and John O'Keefe on that day of his death?
I heard about the voicemail messages, but not the text messages.
Oh, the texts are kind of like two people in middle school fighting.
Okay.
Where I guess, according to Karen in one of her messages, he like yelled at her that morning.
Okay.
And it was actually in regards to her spoiling his kids. Now, he didn't have kids. He got custody of his dead sister's 2 kids.
Okay.
So poor guy has to raise these 2 kids as his own because his sister died. So now that he's dead.
Yeah, just looking at them, it's at the worst age to like get a kid laid on you because they're like older. They're probably have a lot of sadness, grief, and resentment about their mom dying, and it looks like they're gonna be teenagers soon, and that's rough for him.
Yeah. So according to like these text messages, he's mad at her for spoiling them.
Okay.
See, I thought it would be more likely that like she just wasn't like she didn't feel attached to them or something and like wasn't being a parent, but maybe it's that she's not being a parent in the way that she says this is when you need to be home and this is what you need to be doing. Maybe she just kind of lets them run around and be crazy.
Yeah. But you know what? Honestly, they're not married. She's not their stepmom at this point.
No, and she just stays the
Her
night
job is
there
not to
a
parent.
lot.
Yeah, her job is not to parent your children yet. She hasn't agreed to it. So I don't know. I feel like that's an unfair burden on her to be like, stop trying to get my kids to like you.
I know. Or is he like expecting more of her for some kind of like gender role thing? Like you should be more like a real mom.
Could be. I don't know. I don't know what he's like. I'm just making a lot of assumptions because he's a Massachusetts cop. But I don't want to do that. Yeah.
So they were fighting like that via text. Actually, I could just probably show it to you.
I mean, also, if we're judging people's attractiveness, Karen Reed is really pretty.
Do you think so?
I do. I like her. She's got great bone structure.
Yeah, I think perhaps that is another reason why people... So the cool thing online now is to be like, free Karen Reed. Karen Reed is being framed.
Yeah.
So... And I do think that part of that is that she's a pretty white woman. Apparently she has Crohn's disease, so I also think that's why she's so skinny.
Oh, does that... I don't know anything about Crohn's disease. Does that make you poop a lot?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
She's
Hell
skinny.
of a diet.
She has great hair too.
She really does, yeah.
Yeah. So, Okay, I just pulled up the text messages.
Okay.
They start texting each other, see, at 9:49 in the mornings. So it's like they had a conversation, and then via text, Karen wants to be like, "You have really hurt me this time." And then John says,
Do you want me to read John?
"Yeah."
Okay. I'm sorry. This has been an issue with me for 8 years. It physically hurts me to see everyone else in their life do things for them, and I'm forced to always be the bad guy.
Karen, I am not the same as everyone else. Most of the
I'm not
time,
like other
I try to
girls.
do. Oh, and see, this is about the kids. Most of the time,
Okay.
I try to do what is healthy/smart for them. More importantly, I try to support you and what you need. You just lashed out at me and said terrible things. I don't know how you've gotten to this point with me when I'm just trying my hardest. You made your point and continue to beat me down. I have a lot going on too. Physically, I am falling apart and trying to get answers and help. I am just your girlfriend. I am not a perfect parent. I am trying very hard and sometimes treat them dash nothing like I used to.
I know. I'm sorry for lashing out. I'm just hurting and struggle daily with them. Always feel like I'm failing at this parenting thing. I wasn't built for this. This is so sad.
I know.
Yeah.
Kaylee isn't perfect, but everything wonderful about her is because of you. And then
is
I
one of
guess
them a
he
girl?
sends, yeah.
Okay. I thought they were both boys,
And
but
then
whatever.
every once in a while, there are like these blank texts where perhaps he sent like an emoji. And as we saw with the Blake Lively case, like emojis apparently don't get extracted with this software.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so then Karen is still talking. It's true. I know she's her mother's daughter, but she wouldn't be so bright and successful if she lived with anyone else. Wow. Kristen just sent you 2 back-to-back messages to not lose your faith in the kids. I don't know how she knows that. Or in yourself. And then
Okay.
he sends, I guess, another emoji.
Yeah. I bet it's that lady dancing.
And then she writes no, and then it's a female emoji, but don't you bet it's actually the poop emoji? No shit. Life
Oh,
can
God.
pick
I
you
was
up
like, she was like,
sometimes.
no women.
Yeah, exactly. Please be happy with them and put away your frustrations for the rest of the day. And be so proud of yourself, JJ.
That bothers me more. I'm sorry, I missed my cue. That bothers me more than anything. Should have sent Pegs or Sarah's W-2s. We are all equal guardians.
Okay. Maybe you can call someone.
She's like, I'm getting tired of this conversation. Can we bring it to a close? Get help.
Kind of. But see, what comes up later. See, because he's like, what time are you coming here later? That's at 1:47. Says, I don't know what time. Feel kind of out of it. Just trying to clear my head.
Yeah.
She says, text me when you guys settle in later. He says, sure. Then, see, she's upset again. It's 2:16. I feel pretty shitty about how this morning went down. I know you said sorry, but it really stung, especially when I've been trying pretty hard. I feel like a loser turning around just coming back over after everything you said. So it's like, you guys thought you resolved it, but then you want to be mad again.
Yeah. Could you go back to that text? I had a question about something.
This one?
Yeah. Oh, when she says, I feel like a loser turning around just coming back over after everything you said. Oh, okay. He's like, okay, everything's fine now, right? When are you coming over? And she's like, I don't know. I feel kind of shitty. Blah, 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 blah. And then I think she's like, actually, this is the real reason I don't want to come over because I'm still not over it.
Yeah.
And everything he said, like, what do we know what he said? Was it like particularly terrible?
No.
Or was it just what she expressed before?
They keep talking about it. So,
Yeah.
so then you be John now.
Okay. Not sure what else you want me to do. I said I'm sorry and I was out of line. If you prefer to stay home, I totally get it.
Things in my own life have been difficult too, you know.
I know.
Tell me if you are interested in someone else. Can't think of any other reason you've been like this.
Now she's spiraling. Nope. Things haven't been
you
great
again.
between us for a while. Ever consider that? Oh, now it's getting real. Kids are here, not in the mood to talk.
Okay. So you're not into it anymore. That's fine. But I don't want to keep trying and you keep treating me like this. I'm trying to hug and kiss you this morning and you whack me in the face with a pillow. Last night, you're basically like, yeah, what about when we talk about the future? So why don't you just admit you're not into so much anymore?
Not how it went down, but okay. Sassy.
Can you please admit your head is out of the game with us?
Sick of always arguing and fighting. It's been weekly for several months now. So yeah, I'm not as quick to jump back into being lovey-dovey as you, apparently.
Look at this next one.
Oh my God, stop calling!
Yeah, so see, she just keeps trying to call him to talk about it.
Yeah.
And he's like, the kids just got home.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't have time to talk.
Okay.
So then she's like, then why would you start with me this morning? You're setting me up to fail.
Okay.
You start a number of fights from your end.
I explained it a few times already. Not doing it again.
So you're not into this anymore?
This is a circular conversation. Not into fighting all the time, correct?
If you tell me you're interested in someone else, you will never hear from me again. You can have all the space in the world. Blank text from John.
Blank text, yeah.
Then stop starting with me.
Exclamation point times 3. I am not answering. Exclamation point times 2. Stop calling.
Can you please answer after how you treated me earlier?
Kaylee is right here.
You start a rager with me out of nowhere and then tell me you're sick of fighting with me. I'm going to grab a drink in a bit. It's 2:38 p.m.
It sounds like a great move in this state.
I know. And
Yeah.
Can you please answer?
No, Karen. Not sure why you need to announce that you're grabbing a drink, but have fun.
Seeing if you want to meet me later.
Oh,
Can you please call me?
You literally... She's all over the place. She really is, emotionally. Have to take them to the doctor. He has practice.
Yeah, 5 minutes. I guess that's how long she wants to talk.
Okay. My father just walked in.
Okay, can you please call me for 2 minutes?
Not right now.
I'm there when anyone else needs me. Yes, John, you gave me utter grief this morning. I'd like you to call me for a few minutes. I've been trying to get over the hump with is arguing. It's probably with us arguing. And now you tell me you're not into things and you don't want to fight weekly but fly off the handle at 8 a.m. with me? Like you're setting me up to fail. I've been dealing with my own personal crisis over things I have zero control over. I'd like to lean on you too sometimes. Instead, I just hear everything I've done wrong. You seriously cannot pick up the phone for 2 seconds? Why don't you meet me at the hillside at 4:30? That's probably a bar.
Yeah.
And then
Blank
from
text.
John, blank text. He's probably like rolling his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or whenever you get everyone settled.
Like I said, doctor now and he has practice till 6. If you want to go start drinking, then go for it.
I didn't know the times of his practice. I just want to give you space at the house without me there. So rather meet you out than meet at the house.
Yeah, well, now there's a 72-year-old taking up shop on my couch. I assume that's his father.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. Is he going to Collins?
Not tonight.
So do you plan on going out tonight?
Karen, I don't know. You're like jonesing to drink, so go.
Okay, well, after how this morning went down, I don't think I need to be back over there with you. Get frustrated at how I am with the kids has nothing to do with drinking. I am paranoid now that everything I do with them is problematic, so rather see you for a minute without kids around.
What's your plan?
So see, that's like an hour later at 4:47.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And she says, don't have one. And he says, so still home?
Still go home? So still home. So still home. Okay.
Yes.
We just got home, waiting to see what Papa decides here, or else I have to get Patrick at 6.
Okay.
So are you staying home or coming here?
Waiting to see what you end up doing. I don't want to hang out at the house too much, like I said. I think it's clear me around with the kids around is slowly killing our relationship, and our relationship is much more important to me.
Well, there's a blizzard coming, so we'll be inside all weekend.
It will be over by noon tomorrow.
Don't think so.
keep having this constant conflict of the dynamic of the four of us. The harder I try, the more it kills our relationship as a couple. It feels like utter shit to be in this position. Rather just meet you out for drinks when you figure out what your night looks like.
Well, I have no idea what's going on, so do what you want. Need to figure out what everyone here is doing. All I know now is Madeline is coming over. No clue about Patrick yet, or if Papa is planning on hanging for a few more hours.
Okay, well, when you know the story and if you want me to come up, let me know.
What? Let's just finish this. No, Karen, you decide what you want to do.
I think we could stop here because what happens after this is it's like 7:00 and she's like, I just called a plumber. And he's like, what? And she's like, I have to get this thing fixed. So the plumber's coming. And he's like, okay, I guess call me when that's over.
Yeah.
And so then she meets him at the bar at like 9. And he's there with some people. And then they walk across the street to the waterfall, which is where they end up, and they meet up with the Alberts and Brian Higgins. And then Jen McCabe, I don't know, sorry if I got wrong who she's married to, but is like, yeah, come over to our house. But Karen and Jen like don't know each other. Okay. So she drives John, but I don't know if she was planning to go in or not. There was talk of her saying, go in and see if we're welcome.
Okay.
Because like this is a house she's never been to, and it's like she feels nervous about it or something. And so then
we gotta talk about her in a second. She's weird.
She's like immature, right?
She's immature, and she's like all over the. I think she's already drunk during this text exchange. I really do.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, even though like her spelling is good and everything, I don't know. I feel like she's probably a pro-alcoholic, and she just doesn't even know that she's drunk. But clearly, like, she's all over the place. Like, you know, she's like, I don't want to come over. Can I come over? I don't want to be over. You know, I don't want to go out. Are you going out? Why aren't you going out with me? You hate me. It's so extreme. It gets really extreme. It starts off pretty mature, but then she like spirals.
I think they drank last night because later in the text he's like, I'm just finally like over this hangover.
Oh,
and
all right. So maybe she's not.
Maybe she's just hungover.
Yeah. Or she's like, hair of a dog.
Yeah, which could be part of it.
At 9
And then I think she thinks if she acts like this, he'll be like, no, baby, I love you. And maybe that's how it used to go. But now it's been a few years that they've been together, and he's like he doesn't just like fold anymore. So he's like, I don't know, do what you want to do.
Yeah, he probably at this point, since you said that, you know, they've been going around like this for years, and usually the result is he's like, no, babe. He like asks her for forgiveness, even though who knows who's in the wrong or the right. And then now he's just like, I don't want to be manipulated anymore. He might still have feelings for her, but he's just like, I'm not playing. I very much get the impression from his text. He's like, I'm not playing this game with you.
Exactly. And I side with him.
Yeah, I do. Like, I feel kind of bad about it because I don't really know either of these people, but like, you know, she's being manipulative and spirally. She really is.
Yeah.
When they had already, I feel like they had resolved the situation maturely before she decided to text him back and be like, I still feel like shit about this. I was like, you were done with this conversation and now you're bringing it back up. That's fucking annoying to him. And it would be annoying to me, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't get it, but there we go.
So I think the most like Occam's razor for where he was found at the house, you know, laying in the snow.
Yeah. And
the fact that they're going through evidence in the trial of her car. And like this time when she turned on the car, she reversed it at 24 miles an hour. And then is that a lot? I think so, yeah. Because you usually like reverse your car slowly because
like at 5 miles an hour.
It's in reverse, yeah. You don't floor it in reverse.
Yeah.
And then her taillight is broken, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
So Occam's razor, if you ask me, she did it. And she was
Yes.
drunk and she was angry and maybe she
Yeah.
didn't intend to kill him. So then it's like manslaughter. But like she did it.
But I mean, what if they did have the car ride on the way over? What if he broke up with her in the car? We'll never know.
Right.
Yeah.
That could be.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously she's got a lot of anger still from, what was it, yesterday morning? This whole blow up happened between them about like him being like, stop spoiling my kids. Or was it that morning?
No, it was
I can't remember.
this morning. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's fresh. I mean, you're right. I feel like.
And at the
Yeah.
bar, they counted from security cameras. She had 9 drinks, and the bar closed at like 11 or 12. So let's just be generous. She had 9 drinks in 3 hours.
That's a lot. And I have no basis of evidence for this, but I don't doubt that she pre-gamed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, everyone in the house, their story is John never came in.
Okay.
And then there starts to be this conspiracy because of weird stuff. Like, everyone in the house kind of tells the same story. Then the people that own the house sell the house. They also fill the pool with concrete. And they get rid of their dog, which is a German Shepherd. And then the guy, Chris Albert, and Brian Higgins get rid of their phones. So all of those things are what people will like latch on to with, oh, they're covering something up.
Yeah.
But then it's like, yeah, they're cops. They could be covering up other nefarious shit that doesn't have anything to do with like murdering John, you know?
Well, okay. Why would you have to sell the house? Why would you have to put concrete in the pool? Like the phone thing is suspicious, but like putting concrete in your pool, he was found in front of your house, like dead in the snow, correct?
Right.
Like what does the pool have to do with it? And maybe it was like the new residents were like, pools are too expensive because they are and they take a lot of upkeep. We don't want it. We'd rather have a patio.
Okay.
So, you know, maybe that was part of the deal.
Some people think that John's injuries look like a dog bit him.
Oh, okay.
And so they were like, maybe he got beat up. Maybe the dog got in on it. And then maybe they got rid of the dog, you know, so that they couldn't go look at the dog's teeth. And then I think
injuries?
Yeah. And so then people online will make these things. Even though, okay, when a dog bites you, it does make like a half moon, like bite mark, you know, like these are
it's like it's not like
I
scratches
guess these could be
like
claws. I guess, yeah.
Oh, okay, my question is, did the dog go outside at any point? In the
No.
evening? Oh, okay. We know that for a fact.
Well, there's a lot we don't know, right?
Okay, because honestly, that looks like a dog that was kind of like. Because, you know, like, if you leave a dead body out in, like, the forest or something unburied, animals are going to pick that off in, like, a day and a half. So I'm feeling like if the dog got out, saw a dead body, it doesn't know that it's, like, a dead person. He's just like, meat! And so he tries to scratch it a little bit and then, like, maybe gets called inside or something. But those look like scratches. Those don't look like bite marks.
Yeah. And so then like the question is like, could this happen from getting hit by a car? And so people are like, well, it's not like road rash, but it seems to me like it could be like a mixture of standing there and getting hit by a taillight that breaks. Meanwhile, he's still holding a glass of like vodka tonic too.
He's holding a glass outside.
Yeah.
He's like, Scooby-Dooby-Doo, I'll see you later, Karen.
They took it from the bar.
Oh
they took a full drink in the car, and then he was carrying it like into the house. So,
maybe
if you ask
maybe
me,
he fell on and broke the glass. Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. It could be just like a bunch of those things. But then another thing was that the snowplow guy went by in the middle of the night after this would have happened, and he looks at the side of the road as he's snowplowing because he's looking for animals, and he did not see John's body.
Okay.
So people are like, okay, John went in the house, they took him downstairs to beat him up, The dog got in on it. They left him inside until Jen McCabe got this call from Karen, where Karen's like, I don't know where John is. We need to go look for John. And so then Jen and Chris Albert took his body and planted it there. That's the theory. I think it sounds ridiculous.
Okay. Was he covered in snow when they found him?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so he was out there for a bit. We know that. And then, what about these gashes on his arm? Did we ever do a post-mortem? And like, was there ever any theory about what they were caused by and how they happened?
Well, yeah, it was like the autopsy morgue person. You know, at the autopsy place.
Yeah.
That person like made manner of death undetermined.
But they didn't even comment on the injuries.
Let me find it.
Okay. I mean, I feel like they would have to. I mean, is it possible, do you think, like, Karen was, like, scratching at his arm to try to keep him in the car and talking to her so she could get out of this breakup? And maybe. Like, yeah, and maybe he, like, got out of the car, it could be that. The glass, like, crashes to the ground as he's trying to, get away from her. And then she decides to back up into him because she's so pissed.
Right. And
yeah,
so,
I mean, those gashes do look like a little bit much for that kind of situation, though.
I know, like, then she should have some kind of thing on her as well, right? Because that looks like a kind of a serious fight.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Ellen Marsh sent me this. Okay. Death certificate. It was funny because on the Red Handed podcast, they said he died at the hospital. Like he was still alive that morning, which I don't think is true.
Yeah.
I think that's just where they pronounce it, you know?
Oh, like, because there's dead on scene and dead on arrival.
Yeah, so this says place of death, Good Samaritan Medical Center.
Well, there is another pic in what the injury pics that you were showing me where he's got like, honestly, it looks like a CPAP mask. So he's in the hospital and they're trying to like do some kind of life-saving thing. So maybe he was like hanging on by a thread,
Yeah, like they intubated him. Yeah.
Yeah, they exactly intubated.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sad.
I know, right?
So basically everything I just told you is some of the stuff that then like the Free Karen Reed people hang their hat on. And the reason that I got interested is because I saw Molly McAleer on TikTok fighting with Ellen Marsh. And so I want to show you that.
I want to see that. Also, Ellen, thank you for the death certificate. You're intrepid. You're very intrepid.
Well, so then I started talking to her and I was like, oh, so like who did this murder? And she was like, nobody thinks Karen Reed did it. I bet Molly McAleer is clickbaiting. And I was like, well, she's not clickbaiting. So I went back and listened to Molly's podcast all about what she thinks. She really, here's what's happening. There are all of these people online who are like Free Karen Reed, and it makes Molly mad. So she writes like mean stuff to them.
Oh, okay. Like just mean stuff like you're stupid as opposed to like, well, why do you think this? She's not like engaging with the facts. She's just being mean. Oh, okay.
Let me show you the first example of that.
Okay.
Here's the video Ellen made that then Molly commented on. So we will go down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
Trial. There are some amazing people going in. They need to have degrees in TikTok sleuthing. Okay. I'm just someone with a true crime podcast, a low tolerance for bullshit, and a big mouth. My sister in Blowouts here, Erin Shea, she is fighting for a lot in my comment section. I do love loyalty, but here's the thing we have to remember. We're dealing with townies. I would rather light myself on fire than be a townie. A townie is someone born in a town, raised in a town, went to college in the town, married in the town, had kids in the town, are raised in the town. These are Canton townies, all of them. If they're out there preaching, it's because they go to each other's barbecues. They're each other's grandfathers and grandmothers. Kids all play Little League together. They play soccer together, basketball together. They don't go anywhere. They've known each other for decades. This shit is deep. While I love the loyalty, I love the friendship, I love the camaraderie, they're all gonna go down together, and that's what they do. They all went to high school together, y'all. A fucking townie. She went to Canton High School. She graduated in 1988. Guess who else graduated from Canton High School around the same time? Nicole, Mike Lank, Pearl Gallagher, who's really good with a leaf blower. Old Steven here, one of the first people to 34 Fairview. And former Canton police officers who now own auto body shops. Good people to know. The list goes on. They all went to high school together. They grew up together. They went to the junior prom together. They made out together. Even people who own carpeting companies.
Do you see what she's trying to say?
Well, I see that she's pointing out the auto body shop, and she's pointing out this guy's carpeting company. So is she trying to... I don't see what she's saying. She's making a point that I don't understand right now.
Probably because I didn't explain that, like, they literally think that the shards of the taillight were planted there by the police. So she's like, they took Karen's car to the auto body shop, or like they used these auto body people, and then someone who owns a carpeting company. So they beat John up in the basement and then they remodeled it. That was another thing. But see, that's just a theory, because when the cops went to the scene, they never searched the house. They didn't even go inside the house. With the evidence that was outside, they collected it in plastic Solo cups because that's what they had. It was the middle of a blizzard, you know? They got
have
plastic.
An evidence bag lying around.
Weird, right? But what I'm saying they collected is snow. Sorry. Snow with blood in it.
Oh, got it. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
And then when they were trying to uncover John in the snow, they took a leaf blower to blow the snow off of him. And like, that's something that people are getting stuck on too, because it doesn't seem like good evidence handling. So that's what Ellen is talking about.
It's also would track that the Canton Police Department might not be great.
Exactly.
Even though but it's also, and it is for one of their own guys. So I don't know if maybe that they try to do better with the evidence collection because it's like one of their own.
That they should try to do better?
Yeah, you would think if they did not, just to go by Ellen's point, I guess, if they did not have something to cover up, if they weren't doing, evidence planting and stuff like that, you would think that if they're going to go in and investigate the death of like one of their literal fucking coworkers, they're going to be like extra careful. So that is a good point that like maybe they just weren't careful with the evidence on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, but also
she's
why
like,
would they beat him up?
everyone has
Go ahead,
I think because Brian Higgins started it, because he wants to get with Karen. That's what nobody really talks about. Why? That's not really the point. They just keep pointing at evidence of corruption, basically. So that's been hard for me to figure out.
Yeah, I know you don't need motive, but I want motive here. Because if they're all such great friends, like how does the worm, and they're adults, it's not like they're teenagers. It's like, how does the worm turn that quickly where all of a sudden it's a knockdown, drag out fight that the dog gets involved with in your basement? I don't see it.
Let's read this Reddit post.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
Well, you read it.
Okay. Title is, this is from, R, Justice for Karen Reed, and this is Amburn. What would have been the motive for killing John O'Keefe? Hello, I'm just now finding this case and catching up on everything, but with the new trial coming up so soon, I'm hoping someone can give me a bit of a shortcut in my research here. I understand that prosecutors alleged motive for Karen, but I'm not sure what the motive for everyone else that was supposedly involved in the cover-up to be. Why would anyone want to beat him up and leave him outside? Did they not like him? Did he know something? Or was it just a drunken accident? Also, why was Jennifer McCabe so combative on stand? Is that a stress reaction? Possibly. Or something else in your opinions? Apologies if my English is not great. Actually, it's kind of good.
So maybe I should sort the comments by top. So the most upvoted. I don't think anyone wanted to kill John. I think he was sucker punched while drunk. Okay. They just wanted to beat him up. That's all. He hit his head, and that was the end of him. Sometimes violent asshats are violent with little to no good reason, especially when alcohol is involved.
Okay. Do we have a history of violence on Mr. Higgins' part?
Not that I've seen.
Uh-huh. I mean, at this point, this is what Reddit does. It makes up a semi-likely story that has like no basis in fact, and then everybody starts to embroider upon it, and then all of a sudden that becomes a story, and everybody's on Karen Reed's side.
Yeah. I also think there's something going on. I don't know if it's like bot farms or someone started something with bots or paying people to say that she's innocent, and then it caught on like wildfire, you know?
Oh, okay. Got it. I don't even think you need to pay creators. I think people will just get on a bandwagon, especially TikTok people, because it's like more of a controversial opinion, and they'll get clicks.
Oh, I agree with that. But when you look at this case and you look at when everyone was getting on the bandwagon. I love the accent you just have on that word. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
It's Parker Posey in the latest season of White Lotus is what it is.
Oh, yeah, because you're obsessed with that. Where's my Lamotrigine? That's not what she says.
Does she take Lamotrigine?
No, she takes... Do you remember?
I haven't gotten to the episode where it's like her drug use is super apparent yet. Like she obviously... Oh, she likes Ativan, right?
Yeah, but it's like the generic term for it.
Lorazepam.
My lorazepam.
Yeah, why do I know these things? God, I've been on so many drugs. Yeah.
So what I believe I was saying was, I think that we saw this with this and with Blake Lively. Just with how quickly people got on the bandwagon of we hate Blake Lively. And that's why Blake was coming out and being like, oh, Justin Baldoni started this. I think that's possible. I think that there could have been some kind of bot thing. And then it was just really easy to find a bunch of clips of Blake Lively being an asshole. And so... Yeah,
because I think Blake Lively is an asshole, but just because she's an asshole doesn't mean she's guilty.
Exactly. Or that she didn't get sexually harassed. You know?
Yeah. You don't have to like her for her to be a victim, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. So Ellen makes this video and Molly comments on it. Okay. And so let me bring up the one where then Ellen responds to the comment. Sorry, did you move 3 towns over from where you grew up and delude yourself into thinking you're a world traveler? Did you eat, pray, love in Amherst for a weekend? It's a character flaw to love home? ?
Okay.
So
that doesn't. She's trying to like eye roll.
So Ellen was like, everyone in this case is a townie and they're all really close, so they're all covering for each other. And then instead of talking about the points that she's making, Molly just makes fun of her for, I guess she's saying, you are also a townie. And so then... Oh, I don't think Or is that not what you get? What do you get?
But I'm not getting that. I think she's just like, I don't think she's trying to use the word townie in a pejorative way. And I think that's the way Molly is taking it.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think she's just trying to be like, this is the truth about this group of people. And they fall under the category of townies, what's called a townie. But I don't think she's trying to insult them for being so. And also, Ellen Marsh went to school at Emerson, but she's from California. So she's been around.
Oh, you already know that.
Yeah. I listened to the Disappeared show for a long time.
Well, that's pretty much what she says here. Let's watch it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Prepare your ears, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Many comments on TikTok, and I seem to be doing it a lot this weekend. Rest assured, you are irrelevant to me, but this comment really got me because when the attempt at the gotcha moment, like I am clenching my butthole in solidarity because this is embarrassing for you, girl. Google me. I mean, don't come back. Like this is just for you and like for your knowledge. That when you attempt to have a gotcha, just like a quick, even just like going to my page, just like a click, like girl. I am not the one.
Well, yeah, and Molly knows that I think Ellen Marsh is like pretty podcast famous. So Molly knows who she's picking a fight with.
No, I don't think she does.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm on Ellen's side. I think she was just trying to make a few observations. Molly took issue with the term townie, but I don't think any malice was meant. And also, rest assured, you are irrelevant to me is now my new catchphrase.
I'm just gonna play something else for you.
For me to order something would have been when I was in screaming pain because I got a 2nd-degree burn from my electric blanket. And I'm saying I didn't do this, but I know I didn't do it because I was too consumed with this 2nd-degree burn, and how it led me to a place of, instead of just arguing with people on Free Karen Read Twitter, literally being like, you fucking idiot. Like I get mad when I'm in a lot of pain. Do you?
Yeah, I like to be alone. So when I'm in pain, I like to be alone. I don't really like to be.
So basically she burned herself on her electric blanket, and then it made her go yell at people online.
Okay. Sure, Mal.
Okay, this is just a clip I took of Molly like explaining what her position is.
But it was super compelling to me that the bad guys in nearly every situation, the cops, were framing this woman, Karen Read, that was, she was driving drunk and we don't agree with that. And like, she has some behavior that, is questionable or whatever. These thugs at the Boston Police Department and Massachusetts State Police must be framing her. I'm eating it up and I'm reading about all the families. And then suddenly it hit me. I was being asked with too much. I was asked to believe too much, which is where every conspiracy can sort of weed out who is going to be a loyalist and who is going to move on with their life. And for me, I was so offended when I realized that I had essentially been reading propaganda for days and days in bed, and propaganda that was very enticing, that had so many people of all different types of cultures and levels of interest in this sort of crime. All sorts of people were saying, no, like, it's so obvious what happened. It's so obvious she was framed. To see that, I just felt, honestly, probably as raged out as Karen Read felt when she kicked it 24 miles in reverse into the deceased John O'Keefe's body, right? So that sense of rage has really sat with me and fueled me. And, throughout the trial last year, I was like, they're probably going to find her innocent, but we can all agree she did it. And then here I am on the other side of, nearly a calendar year later, and she was found nothing. It was a hung jury. And I believe what I believed then. And I realized even that Molly last year, who thought, oh, she's probably not going to be found guilty, but she definitely did it. Even that Molly was so naive. We'll get into it more, but I just want to say that, like, zooming in and out, walking away from this and then coming back to it, I have to say that it shocks me even more how this conspiracy got the legs that it did.
Here, I'm in such a quandary right now because I really like Ellen, but I believe Molly, or I concur with Molly. on this. But, you know, also,
Yeah.
who the fuck gives a shit what I think? I barely know what's going on. So, but from what I know, it's, yeah, you're right. It's Occam's razor. It's like they were breaking up. She was pissed. She was drunk. And she backed into him and he fell in the snow.
Right.
Yeah.
So people like this week, I guess the guy who does forensic technology stuff, so he analyzed the car.
Uh-huh.
And the cars have computers now. So they're like, this is what this car did here at this time. And it matches up with her using Waze to navigate to this house.
Uh-huh.
And then they match it up with the data on John's phone. And they literally have like the time that she reverses, the time that he locks his phone, and then the temperature that his phone goes down to for the rest of the night. It just gets colder and colder and colder and colder.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
so that's why on Red Handed they were like, we think she's guilty. But then you talk to someone, like there's a lady I know at work who's really into this. So then she comes and talks to me because the trial's going on again.
Yeah.
So this week they talked to the guy who analyzed the car forensics or whatever. This is when the car got turned on and then it went 24 miles per hour in reverse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the defense lawyers went up there and were like, excuse me, is this your LinkedIn? How come it says you've been pursuing a bachelor's degree for 17 years? And then everyone who thinks Karen Reed is being framed is like, oh shit, they got him.
And you do not hold a BS in a Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics and Scientific Computation from the University of Alabama at Birmingham, do you?
I do not, and that would have been at that time an expected graduation date?
So it would be expected, you state.
Correct.
It would be another word for, another word currently pursuing? Is that similar to expecting?
Sure, that could be similar.
But you know how to put currently pursuing down, don't you, sir? Because you did it on the first few CVs, but you don't have it on your LinkedIn page, am I correct?
Correct. That's probably because obviously that has not been updated in quite some time.
And you said you get notifications when people access your LinkedIn page, correct?
I get selective notifications when people view my LinkedIn page.
So you know people are looking at your LinkedIn page, you know people are looking at your education, and you have down here 2016 to 2018. So that time period is 7 years old from 2018, yet you use the 2016 to 2018 on your LinkedIn page, correct?
Correct. With the caveat that my understanding is people look at your posts, not specifically the profile information.
Oh, so you believe you know apparently when people are looking at it and what they look at?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying generally.
Generally.
Correct.
When
Yeah.
it's like he just didn't update his resume.
Like, I haven't updated my resume on LinkedIn in like 16 years. No, that's a lie. But
Right.
it's been a while. You know, I probably should go in there and do that. But yeah, that's not the fucking gotcha moment that everybody might think it is. Honestly, Molly's right. They're asking us to believe too much. Like, what if this happened? What if this happened? What if this happened? And it's just like, she's right. You're asking me to believe too much. Also, when Ellen, I do have to take issue with one thing Ellen said, in terms of like, you know, they all are townies and went to high school together. And so they're circling the wagons. It's like that never, ever works with a conspiracy. Somebody always talks, always. I mean, unless we just don't know that conspiracies like that have happened because nobody talked. But it's more common, like, somebody's gonna have a guilty conscience, somebody's gonna shoot their mouth off at a bar when they're drunk. You know, it's like, You can't keep a secret between that many people. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quickly though, another thing that people are obsessed with is, I guess, the way the judge in the case like can't stop making faces.
Okay. Okay. Is
Are
this
you
the
ready?
judge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of Pocket State with regard to the phone of Mr. and whether it refreshes your recollection on any comments Mr. Whitman made about Pocket's objection.
I'm going to see inside about for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Do you see anything strange?
Wait, what happened at the end when she starts talking? Can we play that again? I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think we're gonna understand what she says because of her accent.
Okay, I just it's weird because she does have a lot of facial expressions. I'm assuming he's questioning a witness with an exhibit right now, and she's got a lot of face going on, and then she says something, I can't make it out, and she sort of like gets up like she's going to the bathroom or something in the middle of it. It's real weird. I don't know what the context is for this.
No, here's what happens. She scratches her face and looks at the prosecution and then they say objection, and she says, I'm going to talk to you at the sidebar.
Oh, sidebar. Oh, I got it. Okay.
So,
all right. It literally looked like she was getting up to get a snack. She's like, this is boring.
I know.
Yeah.
But she signaled for them to object.
I mean, it's just another, like, that to me is so starting to get into, like, real conspiracy. Like, in terms of just, like, people scratch their fucking face. So she scratched it and he objected.
Really?
It's like, is this a consistent thing that people are finding throughout this trial as they watch it? Like that she'll do a signal?
Apparently so.
All right. I mean, oh, you know what? I will say this. When she scratches her face, she kind of makes an O with her hand.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
objection.
Yeah. I don't know. She is she's very reactive. For a judge, I think you have to be a little bit cooler headed than this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, this is just like a 30-second clip.
I know this is just what came up on my TikTok. And when I try to watch the full trial, I fall asleep.
Trials are boring.
They're so boring.
Yeah.
And my coworker was like, oh my God, did you see that masterclass where he questioned him about his LinkedIn? And I was like, no. And then I tried to watch it because everyone was talking about it. And I was like, I still don't see it.
Yeah.
I'm still not interested.
Yeah. Molly, she nailed it. It's like, you're asking me to believe too much at this point.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts?
Every time someone points out, I guess, that there's weird things like Brian Higgins. So Brian Higgins admits that he took his phone and destroyed it and then threw away the pieces on a military base.
Okay.
But they say, hey, why did you do that? And he says, oh, someone I was investigating got my number.
Okay.
And like, I didn't want them to find out stuff about me or whatever.
Here, concerning the 2 cell phones, like, these guys are cops. So they know what a defense attorney or any attorney can do with any information they get. Like, they're able to think ahead more than your common, like, more than most people in terms of, like, how this is going to play out. So I have no doubt that whether they were involved or not, they destroyed their phones because they didn't want an attorney to see what was on them, no matter what. They're probably up to something, in a side part of their life, and they just don't want people to know. Or it's just like,
right.
I don't want some fucking, because they probably hate attorneys. So I don't want any attorney looking through my shit. That I can understand.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the more I look at it, the more I'm like, well, I think she probably just did it. Do I think she needs to go to prison? Probably not. She probably won't do it again.
Yeah.
But
what's her job?
She works at like Fidelity.
Yeah, I thought she like had kind of a pretty high-powered job where you have to be generally a stable person, but that means nothing. Some people are really good at compartmentalizing their life like that.
Or I want to show you this new thing that's taking over TikTok.
Okay.
Watch this.
Oh, so cute. Oh.
What?
Anything on your iPhone. Ever.
What day was it when you wrote this sketchy report?
It was May 4th. It's easy to remember because you can say May the 4th be with you.
Objection, Judge. Objection.
Sustained. I said sustained.
I heard her say I hit him with my own ears.
Objection, Judge?
I will allow it.
I hit him. I would never do that. I dropped him off at the flagpole on 34 Fairview.
Another sidebar. Really?
I think this is the right shoe. Wait, it might be the left shoe.
You are a liar?
Objection.
Sustained. Once again. Sustained.
I don't know why we need people coughing, but yeah, they turned everyone into a baby.
Well, kind of. I actually, you know what? Honestly, listeners, please, we'll have this clip in the show notes. Before I say anything, I want you guys to tell me what you think of this, because I have some thoughts about it. Yeah, and I just want to know what everybody else thinks first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I guess that's it for my Karen Reed coverage.
That was fascinating. Thank you.
Yeah, like, I think there's a lot of things to get held up on, and I didn't want to dive too deep because it's so hard to investigate when then everything anyone wants to talk about is like stupid. Like, let me show you this news clip of like what just came out this week, okay?
If you've been following the Karen Reed case like I have, every night I do a recap on my Drop Dead Serious podcast, so take a look. You may be forgiven if you feel like you are rewatching an old movie. But like any old movie rewatch, if you pay close enough attention, you actually pick up on things you missed the first time round. Or in Karen Reed's case, stuff that everybody missed the first time round. Take Brian Higgins, for example. He's an ATF agent with deep ties to the Canton police. He was at the house party where John O'Keefe was found frozen in the snow back in 2022. He also exchanged some pretty steamy text messages with John O'Keefe's girlfriend, Karen Reed, before John O'Keefe was killed. If you believe Karen's lawyers, he was part of a cover-up. The police officers at that party killed John O'Keefe and then staged him out on the lawn to make it look like Karen hit him with her SUV. And I get it, murder conspiracies involving police officers, that seems pretty far-fetched, except for the little piece of surveillance video in the trial that just opened a Pandora's box of WTF. The night that John O'Keefe died, Brian Higgins told investigators that he left the party and that he went to the Canton PD to help move some cars because of the big snowstorm that was coming. And he told them that he wasn't on his phone with anybody at 1:30 in the morning, that any calls must have been butt dials. So you can imagine the surprise in the courtroom when a clip of surveillance video was played showing Brian Higgins at the Canton PD on his phone in the dark of night. This is Karen's lawyer, Alan Jackson, grilling one of the lead investigators about that very issue.
If we can go ahead and play this. Stop. Do you recognize the person in this video?
It appears to be Mr. Brian Higgins.
I was going to say John Fetterman.
Who's John Fetterman?
Oh, he's that senator who's the Pennsylvania senator who always wears like hoodies and cargo shorts on the floor of the House or on the floor of the Senate. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who did that appear to be walking away from the camera in this shot?
I'm not certain.
Does it appear to be the same person as Brian Higgins?
It does appear that way, yes.
Okay, if we go ahead and play this through. Pause. Does it appear from this video that the person has anything in his hand?
I really can't tell.
What do you see in that video?
It appears to be an individual wearing a black beanie hat, black dark colored sweatshirt with some design on it, and something illuminating by his face.
Usually when I have something illuminating by my face, it's actually a phone. It would really be great to get a look at the forensic records on Agent Brian Higgins' phone, to see who he was calling that late at night. But nobody can do that because Agent Brian Higgins ditched that phone and trashed the SIM card just after John's death. Curious, I know. And any data that the cops have from his phone came from Agent Brian Higgins himself. You know, the honor system. As for the reason that he was in the hoodie, walking through the police station, he said he was there to move cars. But the video shows him walking around in hallways and doing something entirely different, as well as moving a mysterious bag from one vehicle over to his own car. It's a pretty snowy night. Very, very snowy night. One of the worst blizzards they'd ever had, but you can clearly see he wasn't moving cars. It looked like he had a big bag that he was moving into his car. So again,
I can't see shit.
I can't either.
Yeah, I don't know what. Okay,
But-
okay. Here's what I got to sound off on something. This clip is from something called News Nation. Set up like news. She's all like, she's kind of like, she looks Fox News-esque. She's blonde, long hair, perfect makeup, and there's like a cityscape in back. This is not in any way journalism. What she is doing.
No.
She might as well have. It's basically, I'm going to have an opinion podcast about true crime, but make it look like a news show. And this is what pisses me off about media today, because they make it look serious and they make people who don't have a lot of critical thinking skills think, oh, this is news, when it's clearly just her spouting off her own opinions on video that doesn't even make sense.
And see how Chris Cuomo is at the end? Do people respect him as a journalist?
I don't think so anymore. Like, once upon a time, yes, but like didn't he get fired for covering something up for
sexual
Andrew?
harassment?
Yeah, sexual harassment, or covering up something for Andrew Cuomo, his brother. Sexual harassment? Maybe
that
it was
sounds
both.
right too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Andrew Cuomo was sexually harassing, and then Chris Cuomo covered it up.
Yeah. So yeah.
I can't remember.
Anyway, I just had to say that. As for what she's presenting, I mean, so what? I just don't see how this applies to the story.
I forgot about all the butt dials.
Okay.
So Jen McCabe and Brian Higgins and everyone had a bunch of calls that they made that night.
Mm-hmm.
And so then when they're asked on the stand about them, they always are like, oh, I don't remember making that call. It must have been a butt dial.
Mm-hmm.
And so then people who think Karen Reed is being framed will be like, oh, Jen McCabe kept calling John O'Keefe because she couldn't find his phone after he was dead. Okay, how did his phone get so cold? Oh, in the garage where it's cold. Like,
yeah,
just shit like that. It's just that.
I'm definitely on the side that she did it. She did it it was a passion crime, I think. And I think if she does get found guilty, she'll get jail time.
I think it'd be really interesting if she got found guilty, to see all these people freak out later too, because they are like putting her on a pedestal on the internet. It's crazy.
And she's like, nothing against her. She's clearly not like the best or most adjusted person, just judging from those phone messages, which I heard on another podcast, and the texts that we looked at. And so,
oh, when she was calling and being like, "You pervert, John, where are you?"
Yeah, I love it when your Parker Posey White Lotus accent comes out.
That's what it always is.
It's
isn't it?
wonderful. And I mean, according to the Red Handed podcast, which I also listened to, like she literally called him and left a voicemail. Like, what was it? Every 6 minutes for hours?
Yeah,
it's fucking bonkers.
So my coworker is like, well, when people kill people, they never leave voicemails where they're angry at them. And I'm like, yeah, but you're forgetting about all the alcohol that's involved.
Yeah.
Like, I literally think she knew deep down that she did it and she had a bad feeling in her stomach.
Yeah.
But I don't think she let herself, like, acknowledge that she did it. And I think that's the only reason for all those fucking calls.
All the fucking calls could be like her knowing, like, oh, I did something to him. I injured him or whatever, or possibly killed him. But she's like trying to cope by calling him as if he's still alive.
Yeah.
You know, like anytime.
It seems like they do that too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is a pattern.
Well, some psychological coping mechanisms you can't predict, you know? It's like people do weird shit all the time just because, you know, people's brains are individuated in many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she did it, and she could get first degree. I don't know, like, what are the
Yeah.
charges she's up for?
Let's find out.
Yeah. Because it doesn't, like, it takes 2 seconds to prove premeditation.
So the AI overview, which is very reliable on Google, says she's charged with second-degree murder, manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence and leaving the scene of a collision causing death.
Yeah. Okay, second degree sounds fair.
It sounds prosecutable.
Yeah, if she's guilty. Yeah. I mean, also, it's like you can't say she's like not a danger to society if when she gets drunk, she's going to back into her boyfriend.
Yeah, and apparently drive drunk constantly with a police officer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, he knew she was driving drunk.
Yeah, but he's like giving her permission. Like, I
Yeah.
just think that really normalized it for her.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I feel like it's normalized more in Massachusetts than it is anywhere else. Yeah.
It probably is.
Yeah. Those fuckers can
So
drink.
that's it with Karen Reed. Can't
That's it
wait
with
to
Karen
see what
Reed.
happens.
Yeah, me neither. Keep me posted. And yeah, let's remember to put that question about the baby video in our Reddit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that soon. Also, I want everybody to know it's my birthday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I don't know. I'm just happy I took the day off.
Oh, good for you.
It's not like a milestone birthday. It's not like my 50th. So I'm waiting. I'm going to wait for my 50th to care. So, because right now it's just me hovering around 50, but not quite landing. So we'll get there.
Are you 48?
48, yep.
Yeah, because like I feel like I'm hovering around 40, but
Yeah.
not quite there.
there
So
you
we
go.
can kind of relate.
Yeah. 40's not bad. I like 40.
Okay, that's good.
Your body is still pretty much intact. 45, 46, that's when it all starts falling the fuck apart.
Well, I'm already starting to like grow hair on my face, which might be that high testosterone that I've found out that I have.
That could totally be it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bullshit, fake news, clickbait, gotta sift through all of it. Share, retweet, trying to keep up with the trends, but it's all just a facade, man, it's all pretend.